Learner, your mission is to achieve BDNF, or brain-derived neurotropic factor. Ratey, in his article in 2008, described it as miracle growth for the brain.
Awesome! What's it look like?
I actually have a sample of what BDNF looks like. One moment. This is a sample of BDNF, and the goal of what you are trying to find.
That looks like a chihuahua in a purple sweater.
It only looks like a chihuahua in a purple sweater. It's actually an important chemical derived from the brain that causes increased neural pathways and brain growth. Your first step to achieving BDNF is 8 hours of good sleep.
Awesome! I'm on! Awesome. 8 hours. Studies by Ratey in 2008 show that it's important to have a full 8 hours of sleep to have effective learning and memory processing. It's another message from the director. Now move. Awesome. So, according to some of my own reading that I've done from Medina 2011 and Ratey 2008, it's important to have a balance of physical activity throughout a school day in addition to just academics. If one side is too much on that equation, it can become imbalanced and the education is less effective.
Well done, learner. That's correct. Though more than that, it's important to realize that exercise has to be varied by person to person. What's easy for one might be difficult for another. Studies have shown that middle school students have a hard time focusing more than 10 minutes and need to move their body. Now, we're going to move on to an emotional connection to learning.
Emotional connection? Okay. I totally got this one. Okay, emotional connection to learning. Oh my gosh! I love learning so much! It just makes me so emotional. I want to get more of it always. Why?
Not exactly. According to Imordino-Yang and Faeth in 2010, students need to have an emotional connection to their reading and to their learning content. Learner, I want you to use what you've learned about Minnesota history to plan an adventure because I know how much you love adventures. Your goal in this adventure is to figure out how to get down the Mississippi from Canada to St. Paul Depot in the 1700s.
Oh, okay. Connecting learning to things I like otherwise, like adventuring. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, 1700s. First, I'd probably need a canoe. Birch bark, I think, would be best at the time. So I'd maybe need to know Ojibwe so I could buy one of those, and probably French too, considering the general population of people at the time. Anyways, I'd have to stock up all my supplies in my birch bark canoe, and then I'd have to get in my canoe and go down the Mississippi this way since it flows south towards St. Paul. At that point, I'd have all my trade supplies out and ready, and I'd have to grab my canoe and ford it across the land, out of the river, set it back down, and then I would be at a St. Paul Depot where I could do my trading, and that's how I would get from Canada down to Mississippi to St. Paul in the 1700s.
Well done, learner. By relating this information to something you enjoy, adventuring, you have made it your own. As Zull points out in his text from 2002, when a student discovers the knowledge instead of just being given it, they retain it better and remember it longer. Goleman additionally points out how an emotional connection and emotional intelligence quotient is just as important in the real world as academic intelligence, or IQ. You have achieved both in this exercise. Well done.
I'm definitely going to remember that information after going on such an awesome adventure. What's next?
Actually, you've already done the last part, cognition. Remember when we learned about dopamine and serotonin from Medina and Zull?
That's right. Zull talked about how dopamine is used to associate positive emotions and feelings within your brain, and serotonin is used to calm you down and create tranquility. Additionally, Medina talked about how these chemicals can be used to cement memories, and how memories are stored in different parts of the brain. So, if my memory of historical facts is stored over here, and my memory of geography is stored over here, I need to use the different neural pathways that exist anatomically within my brain to communicate between these two areas. And these chemicals are how you do it. This is just like Willis and Posner described in 2010. Awesome.
Bam. As Sousa described in 2010, it's important to understand the science of the brain to have effective pedagogy. We need to understand the neuroscience of what is happening in students' minds in order to teach them most effectively. Congratulations, learner. You have successfully achieved BDNF.
Yes!